Vanakkam, and welcome to this issue of Indulge Auto. Now, you would be wondering why we are standing with the Tata Harrier right now, because the Harrier had come out a long time back. But there's a significant change here. And that change, what you can probably hear a little in the background, is the new TGDI. Yes, a petrol engine for the first time after many years. Tata has introduced a petrol engine because, as you know, in certain states like Delhi NCR, where we are currently, diesel engines are slowly going out of fashion because of the 10-year rule. People like petrol engines. But the biggest complaint about petrol engines always has been the fact that in bigger cars, they are very thirsty. But has Tata managed to refine that problem, sort it out? That is exactly what we are going to see. So I'm going to give you a very concise thing of the car, talk about the exteriors and the interiors in a very brief manner, because that is not really our focus. Our focus is the engine of the car, and this is what we shall be talking about. When you see the front, again, as I said, there are not many changes. This is a new color, crimson red, but otherwise you have your 360 camera here, your ADAS camera there, the lights and all. Nothing has changed in this profile really. It is very similar to the existing car. This one, of course, has black alloys, your Harrier lettering, 360-degree cameras everywhere. This is a dual tone, so you have black on top and red here. Come, let's take a look at the back and see what it is all about. Very dusty out here. So we tried to clean up the rear a bit. And the most innovative thing that this car has, which I really liked as a feature, is the fact that you can clean the rear camera. And we'll show you how that is done in a moment. Meanwhile, also, you would notice that the rear view mirror is not a simple rear view mirror in this car. It's actually through a camera which is mounted on the shark fin right up there. But let's open the boot space, because that is the most important part. A powered tailgate opens up, and you have, with the seats up, a 445-liter boot space, good enough for most of your luggage and to go on a long weekend trip, or if you want to pick up somebody from an airport or a station. This looks good. There's a JBL subwoofer right here, and of course, a nice little thing is the hook, so you can put your shopping bags and stuff here. Otherwise, a nice space, lots of area to keep your stuff, and hey, this makes it a smart car, right? The insides of the Harrier and the Safari were previously also quite plush, but I think the company has taken it up a notch higher with what they call this new oyster white upholstery. It is not really purely white, but it basically has a bit of tan in it. This, and along with the brown, gives a very nice two-tone uh, anti-reflective kind of an interior. There's this wood style finishing out here, ambient lights which are programmable, and you have what they call a phygital panel. By phygital, I mean some buttons are touch, some are physical, which I think the key buttons being physical, I think is a very good idea. Also, the more important thing now is this 14.5-inch Samsung QLED screen. This is perhaps the first time that this has been adopted anywhere in the world. That is what I was told by the company people. So yeah, and it, of course, my phone is here. So as you can see, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are both wireless. It's a very nice, intuitive touch screen, very fast to respond, and you can sort of, just put whatever you want. The other very interesting feature is this rear view mirror. Now, this rear view mirror actually works off the rear cam, not the 360-degree cam, but a separate cam in the shark fin antenna, which we had shown you. And it has a loop recording. So you can record both the front and the rear, and you can switch the view to show front and rear, or even both in a split view. And if you don't like any of this, you can just switch it off. So I think, yeah, that makes a very good sense for having this over here. One thing which I did not understand is there is no mirror or thing out here. So how do you check? Okay, I'm not talking about myself, but those of you who are good looking and beautiful, you have no way to check yourself from the driver's seat. I think that is a small omission which should have been addressed. But overall, yeah, the seats are very comfortable. And hey, I must show you an amazing feature. So while the seats are comfortable, now see what happens if I switch off the car. If I push the button and switch off, the seat will slowly start, and I open the door from here. As you can see, the seat starts going back and down. Can you see that happening to its original position? Similarly, if I enter the car, it brings me back to my memory settings. The moment I press the start button, you can see that the seat goes up and ahead. So this is a great feature to have. Of course, you have your multi-driving modes here. You have Eco, City, Sport, and downhill control. All of this can be addressed from here. You have a normal USB-A port and a 65-watt USB-C port for fast charging. Of course, the great Tata logo lighting up here, and of your multifunction steering wheel, flat bottomed here, which is good for people like me. So this is cool. Now let's sit at the back and see what else is new. So interestingly, the rear is quite nice as well. You have scooped out bags for more space and a little magazine pocket here. Enough space at the back. After all, this is a more than 2700 in terms of your wheelbase, which makes it very comfortable. You have proper 3-point seat belts, including for the rear middle passenger, which I wouldn't advise because it's quite tight. Your rear AC vents are out here, and there's a small place here to keep your smart devices. 265-watt charging points. Window shade. Now, this I think is a feature which all Indian cars should have because of the sun in this thing. So, yeah, this is for that. And my favorite feature, of course, is the rear armrest with its cup holders. Makes you feel like a boss. And that panoramic sunroof here gives you a great view outside. Also, you have these lovely winged headrests like aircraft. You can adjust them to your head, and they're very comfortable for lounging at the back. I think it's a great feature overall. So what we told you at the beginning of this thing is we'll primarily concern ourselves with the engine. And the engine is the main thing here. Now, some of you have been saying that what is this? It's a 1500cc engine, which seems a little small for a vehicle of this size. But Tata has done a lot of work on this vehicle. And obviously, they have made a power plant which is very powerful and capable at the same time. Now, let's take a glimpse at this engine. And what you see here is a very neatly tucked away power plant. They call it the Hyperion. This is a turbo 1.5 liter unit. Develops about 172 horsepower, 170 PS that is, and about 280 Newton meters of torque. Of course, we'll only know how effective it is when we drive it, but just look at the packaging and the stuff and see how neatly Tata has worked in this engine. And at least from our initial impressions, it appears to be a very refined and a fuel efficient unit. As I said, we cannot really test the fuel efficiency right now, but yes, it comes across as a very refined unit. But the proof of the pie, they say, is in eating it. So we'll just drive this shortly and tell you our impressions. Driving the Hyperion petrol engine is an amazing experience because the car is so refined. I like the fact that it's got a nice throaty gurgle to it. It's a gasoline direct injection with a 350 bar pressure, and I think Tata Motors has done an incredible job with the engine. Yeah, it's late to the market. Maybe it should have been here a long time back, but there's no denying the fact that the engine is incredibly smooth and gives the car a very good forward motion. You have multiple driving modes like City, Eco or Sport. You have multiple terrain modes. Overall, I think the engine is superbly refined and is well suited to this car. And yeah, of course, they achieved 25 plus kilometers to a liter as per a Limca Book of Records. So I think it's fairly fuel efficient. That, of course, we'll follow up and let you know in a bit. So yeah, 3 cheers to the Tata Hyperion. So there you have it. As I keep on saying, we have now driven the car. We have done the exteriors, the interiors. What are your first impressions? I would love to hear from you. I personally liked it because I thought that the petrol engine sounds throaty, goes well, has amazing refinement. But of course, we cannot talk about the fuel efficiency at this point in time. We haven't driven it long enough. But hey, it's a car that ticks almost all the boxes. We don't have the exact pricing right now, which I'll tell you later. But then I can only tell you that this is one car. If you're looking at petrol pricing, it's the car that you should have, the perfect SUV. And I think since the engine is well researched, and well, this thing, it should be a good addition to your garage. So, as I said, do let us know how you like the car. Send us your comments. Please follow us on our social media channels. And I look forward to getting you an interesting car very soon. So stay with us. Stay tuned to us. Buckle up. Drive safe. Bye.